Well, we're back right here on your favorite local program on KTV2 Hala Kuwait, and our guest that we have this evening, we have with us Engineer Maali Al-Yosifi, and Engineer Maali is the chair of the Kuwait Women Engineers, and she's joined this evening by Engineer Futooh Al-Asfour. Engineer Futooh is the Board Secretary General of the Federation of Kuwait Engineer Offices and Consultant Houses, and we'd like to welcome you both ladies to our program Hala Kuwait.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you for being our guest this evening right here on the program. And Engineer Maali, maybe we could start out with you. I know you have a big conference coming up right here in the state of Kuwait. Can you tell us please about this conference?
Yes, it's called the Kuwaiti Women Forum. Next Monday, inshallah, on the 31st of October in Casa Ballroom in Costa del Sol Hotel, and it is under the patronage of Mrs. Hind Al-Sabih, the Minister of Social Work, and the main objective of this is to talk about the achievements of the Kuwaiti ladies since the 70s until the recent
well, there's
years.
so many great things, achievements that the ladies of Kuwait have done. So this should be is this going to be a one-day conference, Engineer
Yes, it
Maali?
is a one-day conference, and we try to highlight not only the engineers. It's also we're gonna our speakers are from other fields.
From such as which fields?
Yeah, we have from medicine, we have from social and political activists, and also arts, including an engineer who decided to work in the private sector in a non-engineering major.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So that should be very interesting. Inshallah, it'll be a very fruitful conference. And Engineer Futooh, can you tell us about your role in this conference and the sponsorship and help that's being provided?
Yes, we are the inclusive sponsors for the events, and we are so pleased to do that. Although we are engineering and architect firm, it's the federation actually deals with all. We are groups of Kuwait offices, engineers offices, as well as houses. You know, that established in 2006 as federation and licensed by the Social Affairs Ministry. So, and took, of course, a long time to reach to that point. Before that, we were just a small committee under the umbrella of Kuwait Engineering Society, and then we became association in 2004. That was in October. And so we like to sponsor women all over, especially Kuwaiti women. As you say, they are very special and long time ago.
Very unique.
Very unique, not only today, by the way, it is also our moms and grandmoms.
Of course, I'm just saying
great grandmas.
From the past, yeah.
Actually, we are what we are now because of them.
Because of them,
Of course, yes.
Because of strong women. And we were so pleased to sponsor them. The reason for that, because there is only about 8% of Kuwaiti women whom they own, engineers whom they own offices, architectural or consulting offices.
Why is that? There should be more, inshallah.
I know, it's like 8% is in
low
say
number.
like 24 offices of owned by ladies within 250 offices in Kuwait. You know, actually, like our percentage consider okay for the Gulf countries, but it is very very
but still
low.
low.
Yeah, it's
when you
very
say
low.
It's almost 250.
So through such
an event
and meeting other ladies, women, and the women, and there is a lot of engineers also attending the forum.
The conference,
yes, the conference, and from there we had felt we should have participated to explain to them the importance of the role of having your own business.
Exactly.
And women's actually, they are more set for designing homes and interior designs,
Sure.
have more patience. And actually, like Kuwaiti women, they have more knowing the culture of Kuwait. And they are, most of them are moms, you know, or whatever, daughters, or so they live in a Kuwaiti house, and they have the needs of Kuwaiti house. And when it comes to the planning of the cities, they know what is needed, you know, because they wanted everything to be nice and high quality for
And
their kids and generation to come.
Yes.
So yeah. So from that, we sponsor this, and happily we are sponsoring them, and we like to sponsor them wherever it comes, inshallah, in the future.
Thank you.
We like to be also the
and we are planning to annual forum.
So this will be an annual forum.
Inshallah, the main objective, the main objective is like we wanted to have a more international conference and to invite international guests to celebrate with us.
That's in the future, right?
In the future,
this one is more local, correct?
It is more local to promote the idea of
like
our
Engineer
conference.
Futooh was
Exactly,
saying,
But we were pleased to also invite three Arab speakers, one from Palestine and one from Tunisia and also from the UAE, because since this year Kuwait is celebrated to be an Islamic cultural capital. We try to focus on the Islamic traditional, on the Kuwaiti women and also the countries in the region. We want to prove to the people that Islam did not prevent us to reach what we have already planned for. We reached our goals while we are still conservative and keeping our traditions. So that's why, inshallah, this year is going to be a local, and hopefully, inshallah, in the coming years, it's going to be more international conference.
Engineer Maali, will you be talking and presenting at the forum?
Yes, inshallah.
What are you going to be discussing?
No, I'm going to have an opening speech before presenting our panelists. And Engineer Futooh, she will be one of the speakers in the first panel. It is called Achievements from My Country, joined by other two engineers. And by the way, Engineer Futooh, we're very, very proud of her because she's the first Kuwaiti architect who really practiced the practice of the engineers. And after that, we're going to have the Arabic panel. And the third panel is going to be a current achievement with younger ladies. And the last panel, we have students who are still studying engineering and non-engineering majors, but mashallah, they have achieved some prizes during their studies, and they will talk about their achievements and also their future plans.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a great forum.
Yes.
We're looking forward to it, coming up on Monday, the 31st, the last day of October.
Yes.
And let's say some of the ladies watching right now, and can they register? Is there time to register? Or if not register, can they come see, or is it closed now?
Well, to be honest with you, the registration is currently closed, but because our goal in the Kuwait Society of Engineers, we still have some vacancies. They can register for upcoming events. So I would encourage the people who would like to attend our events, also who are not engineers. And by the way, the people who already registered are not only engineers. We welcome men and women who are from the engineering field and the others. So if anyone would like to have an idea about our future events, they can register in the official website of Kuwait Society of Engineering.
Okay, we look forward to this forum, and we have some pictures here. What are we taking a look at, Engineer Maali?
Yeah, we are looking at our activities and participation as the Kuwaiti women engineers, representing the Kuwait Society of Engineering. We've been very active since the last 6 years, attending a lot of activities with the engineers and the non-engineers also. We had a lot of invitations. Our annual gathering, this picture actually from our gathering in Ramadan, it's called the Rabga, and it's an annual
nice event. It looks like.
Yeah, very nice event.
Rabga is open for everybody to attend.
Yes. And this one from Qarar conference, it was a collaboration with the Engineers Without Borders.
That's nice also.
Yeah.
So many nice events. And what are we taking
Yeah.
a look at here?
Here is he's the Automoto. It was the Automoto show, and we had this awareness for wearing the seat belts.
Okay, very
Yeah.
important.
Yes, and these are also other previous events that Kuwait Women
Something in
Engineers
2014,
did.
yeah.
Very active.
Yeah, I know, very active and a lot of activities taking place. And,
Alhamdulillah, women are
mashallah.
always
yeah,
active.
mashallah, yeah.
And this is Futooh Al-Asfour. Do you remember?
Tell us,
We
Futooh,
had
what is
you
this?
before.
Yeah.
It's
We
one of
talked
the
about,
events,
when,
huh?
opening when we have a license for the for architects.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember this long time.
This was a couple of years
couple
ago.
of years ago. Yeah.
Yes. And Duna
just-
Futooh has been very supportive with us for the Kuwait Women
I can
Engineers.
tell she's
all
very
the way,
supportive of
mashallah
all the
alayha, yes.
young
Actually-
engineers and
Actually,
giving
we
them
just
from her experience.
we just
Yes.
wish for our as engineers, ladies owning offices, that we have more opportunities in society of Kuwait Diwaniyas, where all men goes there
Yes.
and no women's. Men has more exposed of what's coming in the country for projects, and also they have the chance to meet all the authorized personnel. So they have better chances to get this big job.
Sure.
Mhm.
So we hope in the future for the country to be more transparent
Inshallah.
and no deeds to be in Diwaniyas, please.
Yeah, so
Just
give
have
the
it
chance for a woman to also.
no, just have for everybody to be fair. Have it in internet. Any project should have be in the internet a year ahead. The scope of work is clear. So any women or men who own offices, should have the opportunity to find
bid
out
and
and
tender.
progress
Right.
themselves,
Yes.
prepare themselves. If there's international or foreign, let's say a foreigner, foreigner consultants, we can also manage to get in touch. But right now in Kuwait, really what's happening, everything fixed in Diwaniyas, and I think political of like voting, it's really.
It's also a little bit like
conquer-
Diwani sometimes.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
You see?
Or maybe we can have a competing Diwaniya for ladies.
Yeah,
only.
there's some they started like to have mixed Diwaniyas,
Yes.
Yeah, it's always nice to.
But these ones are so
Sure.
polite. They only talk about arts.
Yes.
And social activities.
Well, those are also
There
nice
was no-
subjects to talk about, but we do appreciate your time with us
Thank
right
you
here
very
on
much.
Hala Kuwait.
Thank you
And
very much, Tariq.
Engineer Maali, at the end of our interview, do you have any last comments for the audience watching tonight?
I would like first to thank our sponsors, the Federation, and also would like to thank all of our speakers, and hopefully thank our attendees, inshallah, on the day of the event.
Inshallah. Engineer Futooh, any last words or comments for the audience tonight?
Yeah, we also like to thank you for having us
my
the
pleasure.
opportunity to talk about this, and just being from the Federation. I would like to say that we are working so hard in the Federation. We try to improve the regulation and specifications, also green buildings as well. And we are working hand with government authorities to bring Kuwait to a better world and to be one of the best cities in the world, inshallah.
Inshallah, that's what we hope for. And thank you so much, ladies, for being a
welcome.
guest on Hala Kuwait.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We were speaking to Engineer Maali and Engineer Futooh, wishing them all the best of luck in their big conference coming up this Monday. Right now, we're going to move on to another one of our great reports. We're going to take a look at the Children and Vision Conference held recently in the state of Kuwait. Stay tuned.
Organized by the Media Club in collaboration with various media establishments, the Children and Vision Conference kicked off with the inauguration of Al-Jahra Governor, retired Lieutenant General Fahd Al-Amir, which took place at the Red Palace. The Governor of Al-Jahra Governorate praised the efforts exerted by the Media Club organization, led by its head, Ms. Amira Azzam, and the Arab guests who presented valuable endorsements and issues in regards to the providing better care for the future of the Arab children. Al-Amir promised to work on fulfilling the implementations of such valuable recommendations. Meanwhile, Ms. Amira Azzam announced to present all the recommendations to the Governor of Al-Jahra and to all international and regional organizations. Ms. Azzam recommended to all Arab ministries of education to provide more support for school press and media, to establish a ministry